Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets restless, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the fray, and the home of the brave.
What's up, everybody? Hope y'all can hear me. I got this lavalier mic on and it is loud from what it looks like on here. So let me turn it down just a little bit. There we go. All right, so I am going to use the lavalier mic and I'm going to, oh, come on, ignore my channel. Really? Come on, man. Now, you know that song rocks, baby. Okay, cool. So y'all can hear me and that's good. I'm going to use two mics actually. See how that works with two mics. I don't know how that's going to work. All right, so we can cut those off. Let me see if I can find my second mic on here. I do not see the second mic at all. That's so nice. Isn't that lovely? Oh, audio input capture. Let's go here and add a second mic and see if you can hear me. Oh yeah, now you can hear me out of both of them. Woohoo! All right. So we got a crowd full in here and I have to apologize to some of my viewers. I had one got upset with me. Oh, you got an echo now? All right, we'll turn the second one off. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? All right, I see the echo. All right, now we're good. All right, so we'll just use this one until I turn. Anyway, doesn't matter. When I start hammering, y'all gonna be upset. I'm acting like a mother bugger. All right, I can do that. All right, so cool. One of my loyal viewers got upset that I changed the time to the evening, and I do apologize for that, but it really is for the best. Not for that person, but for pretty much everybody else, it was. Not going to sit here and say hey to everybody. I do appreciate every one of you being here. I do. I know there are other streams going on at this time, but I got to get started on this thing. This thing is got to be ready and put together for Earth, and we are going to build the Hypercube out of 500 millimeter and several other different lengths of extruded or printed extrusions. It's midnight here in the Netherlands. I got a friend that lives in Ierseke. I can't do that thing. Yerseke, I think is the name of the town. Ierseke or something like that. Met her many years ago. We're still in touch on Facebook though, so sweet. Anywho, I am going to kick right off, but I need to tell those that are viewing this later, and you'll notice a lack of the chat on the window, and that's because, you know, I've got cameras. I've got the let's see, I've got the overhead, which, come on, woohoo, it works. And then I've got the table camera back here. Woo, it works too. So that's awesome. That's awesome. But anywho, printed extrusions, and we're going to use some of these nice little 90-degree inside corners. Wait, let's see. Oh, Carl Brown, you know it's blue and orange, baby. You know it's going to be orange and blue. And these will go in here, but due to me wanting to over-engineer it, what's up? Me wanting to over-engineer this, these are really tight. So I got this nice little rubber mallet that is going to help me insert every one of these. So, and I did try it today, and it makes them really tight, which is cool. It is cool now, there's no doubt about that. But I need to get my tools ready, because I didn't want to do anything till y'all got here. Ben Craig gonna come in and say my hero. Woohoo! I'm somebody's hero. I don't know whose it is, but I'm somebody's. All right, so let's see if we can find the right size. Oh, hopefully I have an Allen key that'll fit these. I do. Woohoo! There we go. All right. Don't roll off of there. You can't roll off of there. All right. All right, tools ready for these. So I want to tell all those that are watching this later that I am filming this in front of a live studio audience. It is not, this will not be cut. It will not be edited. You will see this live as it happens. We are building the Hypercube EVO, and instead of buying the extrusions, I have elected to print them, which took well over 200 hours to print all of the parts for this. So we are beginning. I have 8 days. I'm hoping to get this done in 3, maybe 4 if we need Saturday. Can I tilt the main cam down? No, but I can turn on the overhead. How about that? How about we just turn on the overhead? And then you can see what I'm doing. So we're using these extrusions to do that. And thank you, David. I appreciate that. Anywho, this stream, I'm hoping, should be the shortest of the bunch. Because putting the frame together, I have to have one of these at 100, one of them at 10, and then one of them at the corner for the end pieces. And then for the side pieces, it's just a top and bottom piece to put together. We're going to get the frame together tonight. I have allotted 3 hours to do that until 9. If we run a little bit over, then we do. If we don't, then we don't. So hopefully it won't be too long. This should be relatively quick. So we are going to go ahead and get 2 of these inserted down. And if I could find, this is what I didn't get ready. Arthritis acting up in the knees. I had a Sharpie. There it is right there. And I also had a ruler. Where did my ruler go? There it is right there. Because I kind of sort of need to know how far I need to put these down. So I'm going to measure down 100 millimeters, 10 centimeters for those of y'all in America. I'm going to measure down to about right there. That probably wasn't even close to right. It was close. It'll be close. That's what we need. And then over here, I'm also going to measure down about 100 millimeters. Then I'm going to knock these 2 down there. Extreme close up. All right, so we'll get these started in here. Then I got a little trick over here we're going to use to get them down to where I need them. A little bit. Boy, that's close right there. That's pretty dadgum close. There's a 1. There we go. That's 2. All right, so now we can put 1 in the top right here. Right down to the nitty-gritty corner. And you know, here's the thing I don't know. I don't know whether or not these are supposed to go on the inside or on the outside. I don't know. So that will be figured out, but we can get the frame together no matter what. So now we got to put another one in here, and this one has to go the other way. Like that. No, this one has to go like so, because it's only 10 millimeters down. So 1 centimeter, we'll go about right there. All right, so now let me grab another one and we'll stick it in here. Is that right? Yes. Yes, it is. Let's go down about 10 centimeters. That's close enough. All right. They do have a nice blue, don't they, Drew? I'm going to try to keep up with the chat. All right, so I've got 6 of these links right here. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I forgot the links on these, but, you know, they're there for the finding if you want to find them. So then we take it like so, and that pops right in there. Uh-oh. Get out. I'll get my razor knife here and smooth this off just a little bit. Got a little leftover plastic, which should be fine. We're going to go ahead and put this one into here. Boy, that's tight. Then I'm going to go ahead and stick another one right into here, like so. And then another one into here, like so. So that's one side. You know what's really funny though? I need to take this one off. All right, well, we'll just take it out this way then, because it didn't want to come out the other way. I've got to be able to get to them. Okay, what did I print these extrusions out of? These were printed out of the Build Series PLA from Matter Hackers. I forgot to put my screws in here. So maybe, just maybe, I can get to this. If not, yeah, see, there we go again, getting ahead of myself. What filament did I use? I used Matter Hackers. Knock you out of here. Build Series PLA. The blue, the Build Series, let me see. Let me make sure I got that right. The blue was the, doesn't say on, oh, nope. The blue is the Pro Series PLA. The orange, that the other parts are made out of, right here, is Build Series PLA. So this is the blue, Royal Blue Matter Hackers PLA. Yes. All right, let's go ahead and put one of these set screws in here. Got to get it started. Now I won't tighten it down because then I got to put this back on here. You know, if I did that way, that would probably be better. So let's do it that way. Then that's going to have to hammer down. Not quite that far. I know y'all can hear every little piece of hammer, can't you? Well, you know, you do what you got to do. All right, so that is got to go that way just a touch. And that is dead. Not quite dead. 10 centimeters right there. So we're going to tighten this one down. Not going to screw these very, very tight because Okay, cool. I'm glad it's not that bad, Bo. It's not a screwdriver. You are correct. So we are going to, I'm going to put these in so they're snug. I'm not going to crank them down because remember, I'm screwing this into plastic, not into aluminum. And they're already tight, so they're already not going to move. And as you can see, there is no movement. It is very, very solid. This one, however, that is going to have to come off of there, and I'm going to move it to the other side. Because that really does help me get to the bolts. Whoop. Put you in here and pop it down some. Then I'll move it when I need to. All right. So now if we put this one on this side, there we go. All right, that way I can start both of them right where I need to, and I can get to both like I need to. Good afternoon, Thomas Elrod. I see you coming in there. And I appreciate y'all joining me on this lovely, lovely night. You know, the cool thing, I went through and watched, and this is from Scott 3D, by the way, the Hypercube EVO. And I will go back. I did not do it beforehand. I thought about it about 10 minutes before the show started. I've got to go put the links on for Thingiverse for this project onto the stream. Man, that's solid. That is definitely solid. All right, so we're at 100 millimeters there. This one, I can't do that. So let's do this right here. I got to take this one back out of here. Take it all the way out. Hold on just a second. Can you do it that way? It don't, them corner braces go in there. What? I didn't catch, man, that made no sense to me. Does that a text to talk or text to type or whatever? Because that one didn't make no sense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Scalda, I appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to put this right here into there. Now, will I be able to get to it? That's the question. So let's go ahead and put a set screw in there, which I will be able to find a Allen key and get to. I'm pretty sure I got one of these somewhere. So we're going to go ahead and stick it in there. And just move it down just a touch there. Because I do got to tighten that up. And then we'll put one on the other side. All right. What printer did I print it? I printed these on the TiVo little monster that you can see over there in the corner. Sorry, let me move over here so you can see what I'm doing, I guess. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm gonna try. I'm trying to keep up with chat. All right. So now, let's take this right here, and we are going to, oh, hold on. There we go. Now then. And there we go. So now we can tighten those down. Ow, Lord of mercy, my knee is killing me tonight. Well, if there's a question that I can answer that y'all can't, because I know most of the country club that's here, they have been keeping up with me printing and what I printed these in, what I'm doing. So most of them can answer most of the questions. All right, so we're gonna have to redo these, right? Is that right? This one's got to go down. That one's got to go down. So hammer time. Get out of the way. That one's in the way. whoa. That would make noise. Lots and lots of noise. Yeah, like I said, this one tonight, and the problem is, the reason I can't continue is because somebody, I'm not naming any names, somebody to actually check if they had idlers or not that are necessary for me to put the X and Y carriages together. So somebody forgot to get them until today when they had to overnight them for tomorrow. Not naming any names. I need some purple parachute pants. Y'all check out the shirt. I mean, I know I got a dark one so you can't see the tree, but check out the swag. These are friggin' awesome right here, man. These are cool. All right. Yeah, Ben Craig, you right. Ruh-roh. That's what I said too. Ruh-roh. All right. So now, theoretically, I should be able to stick this one right in here. Is that right? Nope. Yeah, that's right. Should be able to knock that down like so. Let's get us a looking suave. I hear you, Zimmy. And the new store I've got is really much better. And you can customize your shirt. I know this is loud. I'm sorry, guys. You can customize your shirt with your name. And any one of the logos, and if I'm not mistaken, even your own logo if you really want to. You can go to my store and create your own shirt, and you can get a one-off of anyone you want. These are inside hidden 30-30 extrusion corners. And the thing is, it takes 16 of them. Is what it says that it takes. 16 of these corners. And they only come in packs of 10. Where's your girlfriend at? I don't know. Hold on. I hollered. I hollered at her. Just for you, Mike. I hollered at her just for you. Come here. Come here and say hello. They asked where you was at. Come on, woman. There she is. Come on, dude.
That's not even cool.
And then the other one will come in.
That's not even funny.
There's the other one. All right, you watching for me? You keeping track of my chat and all for me?
Yeah, I was going to ask you to answer that question.
Which,
but Scalda has.
Scalda's got the questions? All right. She said Scalda's helping me out, so.
I'm fixing to take this over the table. She's spending all her time.
Okay, baby. All right, let's see how we do now. This is going to be fun, ain't it? There's one there. Got to go in there. This one's got to go in here. And then that one's got to go in there.
Yeah, it was cute. They said, hey, this is a little cave.
All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm going to the floor because it's harder than this table. All right, so I got to bump this one up just a touch. Not that far. Ow, that was my finger. All right, so there's that one. Let's see where we're at on my mark here. Got to go up. There's that one. And this one. That one at the bottom is pretty dadgum close. I got to redo these anyway because it's only a centimeter down at the bottom. So we'll get that measured in just a minute. And I got a square right there. I will check it in just a minute. I will tell you this. It is stout guys. And I haven't even like tightened them down yet, and it is already stout. So I've got that one's tight there, but I've got to tighten this one down. Let me go ahead and tighten this corner down here. All right, so there's one. Sorry about that. These are 30-30 extrusions, not 20-20s. My last printed printer that's in there actually printing, it took like 2 seconds to fix it. I was going to do it on stream, but I really needed to print Heather's Pink Mafia Country Death Metal. So I did that, and anyway, yeah, it's in there printing right now, the other printed printer. So I'm not going to tighten this down yet until I do all my measurements and make sure everything's square. And then we'll start on the other side. It's just like this. Thank you, Scalder, for answering the questions. Appreciate that. Well, let's see. We're gonna find out real quick. I'm gonna grab the square here in just a second, David, and we're going to find out how square it actually is. And all I've got is a small speed square, but that should do. Had this quite a few years. Whenever me and my wife first started dating, I was building houses, and I've had this that long. So, man, that's got to come down just a touch right there. But I haven't measured this yet, so it's actually got to move the other way. This one, that's pretty dadgum square right there. Pert dadgum square. Let's try it across the top. Oh my goodness. How square is that? And that stable. Oh, this thing is going to be so stout. So much more stout than my other one. All right, so I've got a couple more I got to put in here. All right, all of that, and then we'll measure and set, and then set aside. It's coming together pretty good, guys. And I was happy to see, I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but Print and Play, James, put up a picture today of a Selenium mounting that he did on his printed printer. And, you know, it was really funny because he had thought about it many times. Many times, he said, designing a 3D printer that was printed. And until he saw mine at Murph, when we went to Murph, and I took my Kuntry Bow, the 3D printed printer, to Murph, he was afraid that the quality wouldn't be good enough. And then he saw how well mine printed at Murph, and that just changed his mind. He was ready for it. All right, so yeah, that don't look square at all. All right, so we're going to, let's bump this down right there until we get to 1. Woo! Let's do 1 centimeter down here. And I'm a little too far there. And I'm dead on it there. So we're going to tighten this bottom one down. Let's first tap it down. Like so. We're going to tighten the bottom one down so it don't move. Like so. Like that. And this one, I got to breathe on it. That's all I got to do, just breathe on it. Just breathe. Nope, I didn't breathe hard enough. God dang, I need to breathe harder. Come on. I got like, I don't even know what comes under millimeter. It's like 1 millimeter different. So, let's check the squareness right there. And I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Well, that's pretty dadgum square. Pretty dadgum square. That one is square for sure. That one's out just a little bit. I don't like that. Let's I I'll remeasure that in just a second because this one's out just a touch right here. And I don't know if I go from the top to the top of that, I need 100. Yep, it needs to come down just a touch, I believe. If I bring that down. All right, let's see about this side over here then. All right, so if I put you right there. Just doing the measurements, guys, that's all, sorry. Bigger hammer. Bigger hammer. That one's dead on. That one, just a touch down. Just a touch down. Let's try again. Let's see what we got here. All right, and that is perfectamundo right there. Let's tap this in. Now then, now we're cooking with Crisco. I don't know about how many of y'all have some Crisco in your house. That's friggin' perfectly square right there. That brought that bottom one into squareness. Now this one's out because I just tapped it and knocked it out. Now, I'll be goddamn. Gotta get it right. All right, that one is perfect. We gotta figure out what's going on with the bottom down here. Did I get off a little bit maybe? Let me see. Yeah, just a little. All right. So now, let's make sure all my measurements is still right. 0 to 10 right there. All right, so we're gonna tighten these down right here. Good. Oh, I heard a pop. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This one needs tightening down. Right here. That's what the problem was. Suck it down. Now then. Good gracious almighty. That just ain't right. That should not be that tough, but it is. All right, so you're there. So now we have to do another one of these, just like it. Just like it. Now let's get the top, make sure we're good and tight. I think I am. Yeah, that's tight. That's tight. One side. Oh, see right there? See that right? You can't see that, can you? Let me loosen this one up just a little bit right here. Because it's a little off of flush.
Okay, so can I have that 20?
Yes.
Oh yeah, actually,
All right.
sorry.
It's okay. Let me.
I wanted her to interrupt you to do that.
Love you.
Me too.
Y'all be good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we got the frame on one side. Done. Done. We can set that aside. Right there. Starting to look like a frame, ain't it, gentlemen? Two more. Let's do it again. A screwdriver is a hammer. Ivan made sure that we know that. Absolutely that we know that. Abso-stinking-lutely. All right. And then we need all three of these right here. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I am very, very, very pleased with that. So we need those two down and that one up. Okay. So we need this one down this one down, this one up, like that. Come on, get in there. Hey, that one's a lot smoother. Still ain't gonna push it in there, but it's a lot smoother. Make sure I got, get the clippers. Got a little leftover raft, because I printed all these on a raft, because without a raft, you get a bunch of little short ones that you can't use. Yes, there's a trick to printing functional extrusions. One is you need to do tests, okay? Because I started out, when I first built my first printer, I started out at like 35% infill, okay? Which was close. Not going to say it wasn't. It was close. But I ended up going with 55%. John Mack, the CR10 would make no difference. If you use 3 shells on these with the infill that I've got, the expansion and the shrinkage on the PLA causes it to be tight. The layers on this are butter smooth, man. Let me get it a little closer here. And you can see that the layers on this are butter smooth. It has nothing to do with smoothness of layers, okay? It has to do with infill and outer perimeters. That's pretty much it. Okay, you go down a little bit. Not only that, I built these on a machine that I tried my best to make it stop stringing, and it didn't want to stop. So it was stringing very bad, and all of these, every one of these, as you probably heard this morning on my live stream this morning on Morning Coffee, or no, it was on Discord after the Morning Coffee. I hit all of these with a heat gun and melted all the strings. So there's a lot of, yes, cubic. It's cubic and rectilinear. Cubic on the top, rectilinear on the second one. So yes, 3 walls, 55%, and cubic rectilinear. And they do have a little torsion flex to them. There's no doubt about it. More so than you would get with aluminum. Okay, but flexing long ways, not so much. Okay, that's not a hammer. All right, so let's measure down 10 centimeters again. But the trick is to test it out. I mean, that really, Mitch, that's the trick, okay? And when James started his printer, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he only did his at what, 35% infill? So nothing major. PLA is strong. I mean, people give PLA a bad rap. And yes, when I take these to earth, they will be in the front of the car so that they're in the air conditioner. Whenever I stop at a hotel, they will get out. They will come in the room with me. They will sit in the air conditioning. When I get back in the car, they will be in the air conditioning. So I'm not going to leave the PLA unattended, if you will. So yes, they will melt. So you do have to be careful with that. All right, let's go ahead and get this one started. And this one started right here. See, I learned from my first time. Yeah, and you know, Mad Mike, that's great. One problem with the TiVo though is I don't have it dialed in that good. These, and a matter of fact, I can show you on the back of these. I wish I'd have modeled the 4 together and then came in with another, I don't know, like a rod that I could have stuck all 4 of them together to keep them from doing. Would it have helped to run it? You can, okay? There's a small hole right down the middle of the extrusion, and you can put one in there and compress it. Have no problem with that, Michael Castle. My first printed printer, I printed them in parts and super glued them together. Here you go. You can see how straight that is. That's how my other printer is. And it prints. Here, let me grab a print for you. I'll show you a print off of my printed printer. Let me get this one. And this is just one I've got here that I was showing the other day. This is a print off of my printed printer. I'm gonna hold it up here. Maybe it'll focus. Yeah, there you go. Now I did have an under extrusion line, and I don't understand because it recovered on its own. But that is a print off of a 3D printed extrusion printer. And I don't know. There we go. You can see it's awesome. That's a 0.2 layer height. So they work. There is no doubt that they work. Okay, let's hammer these in a little bit, shall we? I'm gonna find my mark. Get it close. That's close. Go ahead and get this one knocked up there. Just knock stuff off. It'll be okay. Close enough. All right, close enough. Get out of the way, box. What is that? That's a GoPro box. All right. So, close. Not done, but close. All right. Let's take this one. Stick it right down in there. Like so. Yeah, you got to go further than that. I bet this is when Kuntry. I don't get that, but okay. If you say so. I wish I had a trailer just to make stuff in. Well, what do you think I got? I have a trailer to make stuff in. I'm in a trailer making stuff. So, kind of hard to wish for what you got. Royal Blue Pro PLA, that is correct. From Matter Hackers. Is that right, Mr. Daniel? Matter Hackers, Matter Hackers. Pro Series. And no, I was not sponsored by Matter Hackers. Now see, here's where we run into issues. Because I have one more set screw. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more set screws. So, didn't get enough. No, it's not a trailer like you're thinking about. How many kilograms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7. But now there were some mishaps. Okay. No, it's not that. I live in a mobile home, which in the US we call trailers. Or at least in the South, that's what we call them. That's what they used to be called, a trailer. Yeah, it is a lot. Yeah, it's a double wide. And that's the queen of my double wide trailer. Somebody can sing that. Matter of fact, Ben Craig, if he's here, he's probably already singing it. All right. So I actually ended up needing 1, 2, 3, 4 more set screws. The cool thing is, since I got a whole nother bag of these right here, that I'm not going to use the entire bag of. So yeah, some of them are huge. Mine's not bad. I mean, it's 1,186 square feet under roof. But it was made in 1980, so they're, you know, the quality of the build is probably not the best. All right, so let me go ahead and get some more of these out. And I have to say, for those of you who do not watch my morning show, I have to say thank you to the entire Kuntry Club, but for those of you that sponsored this build in any way, shape, or form, and I believe that's why one of the persons got upset with me for moving the time, because he did donate. He donated a big piece of this, and he's not here to watch it, and I am sorry for that again. And that's Apocalypse Survivor. I mean, he definitely deserves to watch, definitely deserves credit for the parts that he bought. But as I said, the PLA, or the frame was originally sponsored by Filamentum. Okay, their filament got here, what, a week and a half ago. There's no way I could have printed all of this, got all of this ready and in place in a week and a half, ready to build. So they were late to the game. So David Olson, who's in the chat, out of pocket bought all of the filament. Bye, baby. Love you too. Thank you. So, who doesn't? Yeah, right. I would love it. Yeah, I know, Daniel. I know. I get it. But David Olson paid for the PLA for this build from Matter Hackers out of his pocket. I did reach out to Matter Hackers several times, asked them to contact me. Nothing. So, and I understand. I'm not one of those that's going to go, well, they should sponsor every build. No, they shouldn't. They're in business to make money. They're not just, you know, they're not just here to sponsor stuff. So David Olson stepped up and said whatever I needed PLA-wise. And man, y'all have no idea how bad I felt whenever anything would fail, okay? Whenever any of the extrusions failed on the print, I was so upset. I really was. So, hats off to David Olson for that. I mean, the whole country club donated parts. These were donated. I mean, everything you see back here on this table, I think I bought like 3 or 4 things of it. So, you know, hats off. Hats off to the country club and what they have helped me put together. That is no joke, no kidding around, none of that. So, oh, here's what I was going to show you. It's not really a good one. Let me see if I can find a good example. Maybe you can see that. If you look really closely, you can see the banding on the side right there. Those are actually waves. Those are actually waves. Okay, John. There are waves in the extrusion, and that was from. Let me get this set, and then I'll tighten it down before I put this one on. Like a smart man. How about that? I learned something again. But yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. I lost it. I don't have an RV. I wish I had a nice big RV, but I do not. I do, however, live in a 1980 mobile home that is only 1,100 square feet. And this is, you know, we had 4 daughters that were raised in this, yes, waves. And basically what was happening is, somebody said it, what was it called, the delta radius? A delta radius, that's it. Delta radius was off on the printer, so as it got to the outer edge, it would actually catch and the thing would go just a little waver while it was printing, and it put a wave in it the taller it got. So that's what happened, you know. No, that's the wrong way. Don't do that. I did not even get that close to far enough down. And you know, and I'm not being super careful, but I am being careful because if I have to reprint one of these, one, I'm not asking David for any more filament. Let me just say that. And 2, it takes, well, if you print 4, it takes like 40 hours. So it takes a while. That is pretty much dead on 10 right there, so I'm going to tighten this one down. And we'll square it all up here in a little bit. But as you can see, it's going together quite well. I mean, it really is going together relatively quickly. Oh, I got to get that. I got to take that right there loose. There we go. All right. And then, let's tap that together some. There, that's better. Now let's see if we can tighten her down right there. So I have to be relatively careful because you can break these. He has extra here in his office just in case. I hear you, man. I hear you. I don't blame you at all, David. I really don't. But I'm hoping that we're good. We are good right now. All right. Make sure that I don't have my set screw. Look at there. See? I would have broke something. Feel like driving to Houston this weekend? Not really. Oh, you talking to Mitch? I was like, not me. All right. So now let's get this one at a centimeter. A little bit. A little bit out right there. A little bit more. You know, and this part of it should go relatively quickly. Tomorrow night, probably not as quickly. But I'm really going to need some help Friday night. To somebody that knows duet setups and that type of stuff. Pretty sure I got all the wires that I need. I've got everything that I'm going to need. Oh, come on, really? Pretty sure going to have everything I need as far as wire and that type of stuff goes. So, not super worried about that stuff. All right, so if I put you there, good Lord, you got to go way down. Way down in the jungle deep. Yeah, I'm sure it does, Mitch. I don't know anything about it, though. You know, I mean, it's kind of like it's... Woo! Tight, ain't you, boy? Oh, don't be bending it, dummy. Here. It's not that I'm worried about the complexity of the wizard or whatever. I've never done it, so it's one of those where, you know, you've never done it, just to get something together and get her done. Oh wow, you need to go down a bit. All right, so let's get this put together. There's one. You do not need to put the corner brackets in for the cross pieces that join the two built frames together. All right, I don't understand. So you're saying I don't have to put corners in for the other pieces? For the cross pieces here? Is that what I'm hearing? Get up there, Cup. Let's go ahead and Oh, see? That's what I was talking about. See that? You know what though? We're still gonna put it together. I think I'm gonna super glue that. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So that would be fine. But I will tell you the reason that that broke there, and I can show you on some of the other pieces. I had one place where I had a jam, an extruder jam, so I had to clear it, and I had some under extrusion, and I showed it on my channel on the morning coffee. No, I don't need a smaller hammer. I just need a bigger bottle of super glue. So, let me get out the old tool chest over here. And maybe it ain't stuck in here too bad. Nah, there we go. All right, so let's take this right here and let's put her together. Put her together right there. Come on, you dunderhead. Let's tighten it up. Now, we're going to tighten that right there, just like so. Then I'm going to wick some super glue in there. That's right. And we'll take that, and I will tell y'all, that's how my whole other printer was put together. So for those of y'all that are doubting that this will hold, just know it will hold. So we get to talk while I wait on this to dry. What's up, Print It? All right, now I need Rob to explain to me what you were talking about, Rob. On the sides, the other sides I've got over here, what were you talking about that I don't have to put the corners in? Because I'm not sure. Several, Eddie, not gonna lie, several times. Let's set this over here to the side for right now. And then I'll straighten it up and all that stuff. You better stand your ass up over here. I ain't putting up with that. Don't be super gluing yourself to that. There you go. Get the torture egg out of the way. Stay there. There you go. All right. So we're gonna lean that up for a minute. We chose the D-dot because of the V-groove wheels. But a lot of people switch their Core XY to linear rails, not sure of the slight differences. I got you. Oh. Just to see me start breaking stuff. You're all right. All right. It's okay. I was looking at it wrongly. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and stick these pieces in here. But I will show you, if you look right there, you see that line right there? That's an under extruded line. Okay, so this one has the same line in it. I just happened to hit that one just right so it would break. And I put this one in the same place, and I told myself I was going to put them up here where they link together so I wouldn't have to worry about them breaking like I did that one. It's up there. If you can see that slight line right there, right below. So these 4 extrusions were all printed at the same time. So they all 4 have the line in them. So it is what it is. You're gonna get pizza? Okay, buddy, go get some pizza. So let's get some corners in here. Now I got a question for those of you who have built an Evo. Okay, do these pieces, these 4 pieces, do they go in? They have to go in the inside, right? So I'll go on the inside. So cool. All right, I just answered my own question. I don't even got to wait. It pretty much can't go any other way. All right, so let's tap this together. Quick, don't you fall over. Another one right there. All right. Now, I will tell you, this is going to be fun whenever I go to putting these in here, because, let me show you. Let me grab one of these T-nuts right here. And from my 2040s, I don't know about these. Yeah, see, these don't either. So basically what I'll have to do is get a Dremel and make a spot for me to put these in. On one end down here, I'll Dremel it out so that these will slide in, and then I'll use a bolt to slide them approximately where they need to be. Same goes anything I have to mount. Same exact thing. All right, Sonic Alchemy, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. Come back and watch in the morning. See, we've only been going an hour, and we'll be done with this shortly. Super glue's drying over here, so it'll be good. It's all wicked in there. Let me turn it over so we wick it the other way. It's like a Wikipedia. Oh, don't do that. There we go. That'll work even better. All right. Don't glue to the table. Are you touching the table? You are touching the table. Let me pick that up so it don't touch the table. Don't touch the table. There we go. All right. Yeah, I can do that. I could do that, but the problem is then I melt it and it's already tight to slide. So if I just take a little Dremel and just cut me a little hole right there, I can just be done. There you go. If you print one, make the note, put it in there beforehand. those are what you were thinking about. You're right. You're right. I should have thought about it, but I didn't. But oh well. It is what it is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this one in all the way up to where that one is. Now let me get this on the floor, because be danged if I'm doing that breaking stuff again. Let's do this the right way. There we go. There's one. Let's go ahead and put the other one in. Like so. All right. Now then, let's get us 4 of these. Get off the mouse. Or you start doing something you ain't meaning to do. There. You got to go down further than that. All right, there's one. There's 2. Okie dokie. I'll straighten you up in a minute. Straighten you in a minute. There's you. There's one more. One more. Oh, got to clean the bottom of this one off too. Somebody didn't do it. Somebody just didn't do it. Now I have a question, because this thing on the images that I see on the bed, for those of you that built it, it shows 1 at each end. Wait a minute. Don't break the table. No, this was separately bought. Here, let me show you. Let me show you. It just went down the build manual, whatever you call that. Let me cut off the overhead and go to the 920. and I can do a thing here. It's just parts. It's all it was bought was parts. So that's a good question. Oh man, no, no, Ron. The top has the 2, and the bottom only has a 1. So I got this, bud. Let's go ahead and stick that on there. Now let's tap this one back out. Nice and square. And let's get some set screws in these. How about it? And I really am going to have fun when I put the rest of this stuff out together. No doubt about it. Going to have to be really careful tomorrow night putting the X and Y in here. And hold on. Hold on. So, nope. Don't break the table. Fire them, slacker. Yeah, that somebody would be me. That's for sure. I'd be the slacker. That's for sure. All right, so I need 2 over here on this side too. Maybe I got enough set screws. Can't believe they send you. Wait. Can't believe that they send you. I'm not tying the net all the way down. The corner brackets without enough set screws. That just makes no sense. I understand that it happens. I do. I wonder, guys, if I could drip some super glue onto this one before I start hammering on it. This height is really not as critical as the other height. Ah, yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead. There we go. That one is flush, so we can go ahead and tighten this one down. All right, so now we can spin her around. All right, hold on. Roy Holly. Yeah, that's it. It's not a kit at all. I just got the design and said, hey, let's build this out of printed extrusions, because I'd done one before out of not a Hypercube, but an i3 out of printed extrusions. So I'm like, why not? You know. Now, in retrospect, really and truthfully, with the amount of plastic that it takes to build a printer this size, it's probably cheaper to buy the aluminum. Not sure. I really didn't even price it. It never crossed my mind, which is, you know, not hard for stuff not to do. So, but the build, I mean, the build volume is going to be a 300 by 300 by 300. Tight. That's what I'm talking about. Very, very tight. All right. There's that. There is that. Good deal. All right, so now, good Lord, how'd that happen? That's actually right. And now I'm going to need quite a few more of these. Let's see, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'll need 8 more of these. I got 2, 4, 6. Oh, got enough. Oh my God. It is big, Joe Paddock. That's a good, it'll fit on a lac table though. And I bought a bunch of those. At $7 a piece, yeah, I bought a bunch of those. So it will fit on a lac table. Plastic's just over half the price. Just over half the price of aluminum. Half the price. Okay. So it is cheaper. It is cheaper. Well, I don't think David wants to just divulge that. You can go look at the Build PLA and see what the prices were and are, and see what that you know comes to, Bo. All right. So if I do, nope, it's got to go all the way in. That's right. Lord of mercy. No. Come on, you gotta be more solid than that. No. Gotta have a bigger, better hammer. There's a one. I guess I could have put them all in there, right? What in the world? I'll be right back. All right, the dog just chasing the cats. Sound like he's about to kill him. And she can't see, so she ain't gonna kill him. All right, so 4 of these. Going in the right place at the right time. Those brackets need to go the other way around. Do they? They do. Good catch, David Olson. Fantastic catch. Blind dog chasing the cat to kill it. That's right, Bo. Hey, Chris Riley. You feel better that I'm finally building it? Well, you would have been feeling great a while ago when I broke one of the extensions then, right? But you saw my other one super glued together, so we got it clamped over here with some super glue on it. All right. This is going to set right here. Yes. Give me this. Let's see if my super glue is holding. So this will go just like so. Ooh, still wet down there. Still wet. About stuck my fingers together. Yes, I broke one, Ricky Tanner. I did. So yes, let's go ahead and put them into here. We'll do it that way. Oh, I got to put a couple things into here too. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. How perfect is that? I need 8, I need 10. So out of the 2-pack, and I still got 3 brackets left, so they didn't send me near enough. Falling in the hole. All right, so this goes like so. So let's put these in here like so. All right, there's one. Yeah, okay. Make sure I turn the mic back on when I come in here. Need some kicker to drop. Hey, that would have been a great idea. Glad I didn't think of it. Glad I didn't think of getting that stuff. You know, this is going to be an extremely short stream. A lot shorter than what I thought it was going to be. Let's just put it that way. All right, so let's go ahead and tap these in here. That's one. Man, that's in the way. That's 2. The other 2 should be about where they need to be. Shut your mouth, Scalda. Put that in there, that in there. You go right in there. Oh, you got to go down. That's right. Them two's got to go down. I forgot. Well, that's true, Motorhead. And I might look at that, but the problem is that some of the things that I need will not be here until 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Okay, now then, we can set that right where it needs to be, I think. Let's get it straight. Get her straight right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push all the corners down. Get her together. Now I can tap these a little bit. Looks like a mini FT5, I agree. Let me get these where they need to be. This is my loose side right here. This one's got to come down just a touch. Not much. Right there. I hit a button. What'd I hit? Oh, did I? What did I hit? Oh, I hit my intro button. Oh well. It's a good looking intro. Watch it again. I like that intro. Top of the hour intro, that's right. All right. You know what that looks like? That looks like a big ass frame. Oh, that one's not even close, man. What the heck? There we go. That's better. Now let's set this. Let's turn this. Well, I've got 2 down there I got to put in. Oh, let's put these in and tighten them down some. Then I will make room for it back here. What I was asking earlier, for those of you, how do I make sure it's square? I have a square. I have a speed square right down here on the table. So I will check it in just a minute before I tighten all of this down. Yes, I know I could turn it, but I'm doing it the hard way, like a dummy. All right. So let's move all my stuff out of the way. Let's don't hit the mouse again. Let's move the Sharpie and the knife and the measuring stick, all that stuff. Let's move this to where I can get to it. All right, got 2 right here that need some stuff. And the cool thing is, I'm gonna tell you right now, the cool thing about 3D printers, and if I go get my other printer, I can prove it to you. As long as your X and Y is straight and your Z is straight up and down, okay? It don't make a dang how crooked your frame is. Believe it or not. Frame has no inkling about the motion. Now, it makes it a lot easier to get your X, Y, and Z straight when your frame is straight, but it's not a requirement. Believe me, I have one in there that looks like you could string it up and use it as a bow, and it prints just fine. Fine quality. You saw the quality. So, yeah, I want to make sure that it's square, and I want to make sure everything is tight and good to go. And I'm actually thinking about printing some. Oh, come on now. Let me guess. I got one that's not threaded right. Nope, there we go. Get it in there right, and it'll go. So, you know, everybody, I mean, y'all all saw, and I'm pretty sure all of you saw Tom build his dolly. How square was that plywood cut and stuff that he put together? How square was that? Not very square at all. All right, I got one more. Two more that I got to put, and I've got just enough for those two. Here, 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 and here. And I will be done with set screws. So, how square was that printer? 1 hour and 20 minutes. Just ask who. Who are we asking? Oh, it was perfect. Oh, I got you. I got you, Eddie. I see that. I see that up there now. That's pretty funny, actually. So it was a Mercedes piece of plywood, right? Hey, Accelerate. How are you, buddy? That's all right. You're here, and we got a frame together. You showed up just in time. Now, I did say that we're going to do this in at least 3 parts, okay? And maybe 4. But by Saturday afternoon, before Father's Day, because I don't get to spend Father's Day in here with y'all. Before Father's Day, well, I do for morning coffee. But by Saturday evening, and I'm hoping before then for sure, by Saturday evening, this will be putting plastic on metal or on tape or whatever you want to call it. Or actually, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Roy Holly in here said that he had foot square PEI sheets for me to use. So that's correct. As long as your axes are straight, this being square helps you do that, but it's not a requirement. It's a little crooked, but not nothing that's going to break the bank. I mean, it's touching. It's good. This side is perfect. That's perfect. This one here is pretty dang straight. Pretty dang straight. Man, that's just, it's good. I'm going to tighten these down now. I'm going to check every one of them. And then I have, and I need to make sure that it's okay that I put them on there. And I'm going to ask you guys because I don't know. Okay? I have some printed corners over here that I'm going to use on the inside of the frame down here to give it more stability. I want to use it on the top here. I don't think it'll be in the way of the X and Y, but I'm not sure. And I know that there are pieces that go up here, so I'm probably not going to do that. I do, however, have these that I could put right on the outside edge right here. And that would stouten up every corner. So yeah, and that's my thoughts as well. I know on the bottom corners they won't be in the way because the rods and stuff like that don't go there, and there's no way that the bed would go down to hit it. But you're right, it may be something that I get it all together and I go, you know what, I want it a little more stout. But I'm telling y'all, and I know y'all see it, but it's actually pretty dadgum stout right now. Let's go ahead and do these right here. Like I said, you can't crank these down because you know what the screw will do to plastic. It will go in it and, you know, just make a hole, and then you wallow out the hole and your plastic then becomes loose and everything is loose and no good and all that stuff. Those look tight, so I'm not messing with those. That one's good. That one's good. 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 Nope, that one's loose. I didn't get that one. Now it's tight. All right, there we go. All right, so let's flip it over. Let's do this right here. And see, I know that that one's not tight because I can see it coming out. See that? So we will tighten this one down here. Super glue the corners. Not yet, David. I ain't there yet, buddy. Not a bad idea. Till you want to take it apart and use the parts on something else, right? Nah. I do have to print. I want to print some feet. You know, I want to do all of that kind of good stuff. Matter of fact, I've got those rubber feet that I had left over. I may have 4 of them, actually, that I can then thread these holes with these 6mm button heads I got back here. And I can thread these at 6mm and then screw rubber feet onto the bottom, which may help, you know, sound dampening and that type of stuff. From what I understand, and I don't know anything about Duet Wi-Fi. Nothing. Everybody said that was the way I should go. That's what I should do. I hit Duet on Twitter, and they sent me a board. Matter of fact, they sent me a board and a screen, and I have not printed them out for each of them, either one of them. So we will probably have some electronics just kind of hanging all over the place for this. And there, gentlemen, is a frame for a, yeah, I'm shaking the whole thing. It's not doing. There. Hold what much weight? What weight is on this? That's my question. Okay, I'm actually going to super glue right here while I'm looking at it. What weight is on here? Question for you. I mean, I'm asking because, you know, I mean, I understand that it has some weight on it. All right, there's that one right there. It had a line in it. Nope. We'll do it there. I don't think that's a line, but it ain't gonna hurt nothing to have a little bit of super glue. And right there. See my long ones. That, okay, hold on. Where's my... No, this is not Nylon X. This is just straight up PLA. Hold on just a second, and I will see. Let me go check where my print is at in here, and if it's close, we'll wait. We're going to, what truth is spoken? Oh, Duet Wi-Fi is the best board. Here's the thing, okay? Those pieces' biggest force will be from movement of the hot end moving on the XY plane. You are correct. Lord, ow, every bit of the hair just come out with that super glue. Oh, well, now it's a hairy Hypercube. You son of a buck. Anywho, so you're right in that right here. That's why I printed these right here, because if I have room, these corners are going to go in the top. I'm not sure that I can, and if that's the case, if I can't put those there, then these will be on the outside corners, bolting those corners and giving it that much more rigidity. Yeah, I did think about that, because I do know that this way is the most force, okay? And that's not the frame shaking, that's the table. So I do know that that's, I mean, you can see the camera moving. That's that much force, okay? I understand that. If I'm going, yeah, I think so too, Eddie, because once you get those rods in place here, you got to remember the rods aren't moving. It's just that force. So you'll have another brace like this here in the two 8mm rods that the Y-axis runs on. So you'll have those here, which will stiffen it even more. But I think that at the end, I probably will put these on here on all 4 outside corners, just because the bed and the axis will constantly move. Okay, the bed just moves up and down. It's in Z. There's no real forces there. The X and Y will have forces on it. So if I'm trying to run at 300mm moving all that weight, you know, it may make it wobble a little bit running 200 millimeters or more, but I'm going to tell you at 100, no. And I'll put these 4 corners on here, it's not moving. It will not move. The gussets will definitely help. Okay, so I've got these orange ones that I've got printed, and I've got these blue ones that I've got printed. And you want to see something really good? This is my bed rails. These are 2020 that go together like so. Yeah, no, it didn't break. But they go together like so. I'm printing the corners in there now. I had a failure on a print, or I would put these together tonight, but I don't have the corners to do it. Yeah, the Y force is considerably lower. There is, you know, X force back and forth. Okay, I get that, and I don't remember the orientation of the X, if it's across towards the Z screws or if it's opposite the Z screws. If the X is opposite the Z screws, it's not moving, because these 4 on the ends, and you also have to remember there's going to be 2 12 millimeter thick rods that are bolted at each end, so tight on the bottom of this together, as well as a Z screw. Okay, so the 12 millimeters on each end, that will also stiffen those ends of the frame. So PLA with this is 55% infill. I'll tell you right now, and there's absolutely no torque on these whatsoever. I'm more worried about the bed frame, but I thought about that too, and you also have to remember it also is supported at both ends, has the 2 12 millimeter rods on each end. Yeah, we talked about that, Chris, before you jumped in there. I don't know if you heard me or not, but when we go to IRF, it will go into the hotel with me. It will be in the front of the car with me, and it will, I don't know how many people are watching this right now. It don't even tell you. I don't like that. I don't like that it don't tell you how many folks are watching. I'm not sure when, but your audio stutters sometimes. Yeah, it's cheap. I have cheap audio. I can turn this off and turn the snowball on, and then it doesn't stutter. But thank y'all, 41. I appreciate that. But once my printer in there finishes, I'll show you. I will show you how it looks. Okay, I will show you that. But with the orange corners that I can put on later, with these gussets on the outside, the 12 millimeter steel rods on each end holding the bed, that's what I was talking about. This was my biggest concern, was the flex on the bed, and that's what I was asking earlier for you guys that have one of these. It only told me to print 2 of these. So I have one at each end making a rectangle for the bed to sit on, and the pieces here come out. On their pictures of a lot of them, I see a third one in the center. So, yeah, Eddie Moser, I get you. But I am driving it to IRF. I understood what Chris said, but you're right. I mean, nobody, well, I'm not going to say nobody. Nobody I know prints in a greenhouse. So, it is what it is. There, that said, get this back over here where it goes. But I've got the stepper motors, all the, some of the little things I did forget that's added, like I had to buy a new power supply because the one I thought was a 12 volt nice power supply was a 5 volt nice power supply. Sorry, squirrel. I got you 3D printer noob. I see you in there. Yeah, Carl, and you're right. And I will. Yeah. With the AC though, even direct sunlight's not going to hurt it. Where can you find the print files for this frame? All right, here's a good answer for that. Go on Thingiverse and search for 3030 extrusion. And then, well, first search for the Hypercube EVO, because it'll tell you the links that you need for the size of printer you want to build. Then search for 3030 extrusions, and download a 3030 extrusion profile, because these were like this tall, I think. So, you know, 100 millimeters, 10 centimeters tall. And all I did was stretch them in the X for the lengths that I needed, and then printed them. Thanks to Eddie Moser, I have a TiVo little monster that took me 2 weeks to get running, but it ran and it printed these with authority, I will say. It has printed well, and it printed all of these in one piece. My other piece was just completely super glued together. So, anyway, in the sunlight, it will be fine as long as the temperature's down. Now, if I leave it in sunlight while we go eat, yeah, it might warp a little bit. But with the rigidity, I don't know how much it would warp, you know? I really don't. So, as you can tell, I'm a Gator fan, so all of my parts here are going to be orange and blue. Everything is going to be orange and blue. Everything was printed. I have a box full of printed parts down there. Right here. A nice box of parts to build the printer. And it's all PLA. Even the hot end mount is PLA. I've printed my other printers in PLA. So I have had no problem with PLA holding up. Now I got to clean a spot over here while that's still printing. Let me turn off the overhead because you don't need to see it right now. But I'm gonna then I will talk about it. Let me make a hole over here so I can set a frame. This thing is actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. And I should have known, because yeah, that's the hot bed right there, the heated bed, heated build plate, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to move this stuff over here out of the way, and I'm going to straighten all this stuff in the morning for sure, of course. Oh, don't lose those. I'm going to don't lose those. Those are expensive. Ask Joe Paddock. Those are expensive. Those little whatever, little shafts for the bearings to go on. Go Cowboys. Alright, so we can set this right back here. That really is a very, very sturdy frame. I always am excited to see how well they build. And I know I said it for 3 hours, but let's talk about it for a minute. Anybody got any questions? Anybody? I see some trimming opportunities right here. Sorry about that. Thought I got all of those, but I did not. So if you're going to IRF, you will get to see this thing. We're going to print with it at IRF. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I have a power switch over there that I can do it. Did the dog, the cat went to fight? They quit fighting. The dog quit chasing the cat. That's what happened. How long did it take me to print everything? On the extrusions, I believe, and I didn't write it down, and I should have, because I had to print, you know, it was several beds full, but I believe the entire print time was 242 hours on the extrusions. And then I had 3 printers that were running parts, so those took about 20, if you added it all together, probably about 24 hours. So 280 hours, right at 300 hours to print everything. Now, I will tell you that I slowed down some of the extrusions after I saw the wobble that I was getting. I slowed down the last set, and they took a little longer, so I mean that added to the time. But it was a lot of printing. And the TiVo, even though it states that it has power off resume, it does not. It does not work in any way, shape, or form. It's a lot of printing. It was a lot of printing to get it done. But as I said earlier, at half the cost of aluminum, it was worth it. Mitch will be at IRF. No, not at all. Oh, the power off resume, you mean, Eddie? Yeah, no, it does not work. And I tested it early, so I knew it didn't work. I did have one set of failures, one set of 4 extrusions. Matter of fact, the short ones over here, these were a power outage failure. These were a power outage failure. The long ones, I have some long ones over there. Those actually broke loose because I printed them without a raft, like an idiot. That was completely my fault too. All right, while we got a break, while we're waiting on this other printer, so I can bring the printed printer in here to show you the country bow that I printed, because some of you don't know. Some of you saw it at Murph. Some of you have seen it other places. If you're not subscribed to the channel, if you got here by way of a tweet or something like that, please click the subscribe button, ring that bell. We do a morning show every morning. It's called Morning Coffee. And it is every morning from 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. And I know for you guys out on the West Coast, that kind of throws you out of the loop, but there it is. If you want to support the channel, you want to see stuff keep moving along, links are in the description below. I'm not monetized yet, so you can't send me a little chat whatever thing, but there's a link down there. You can do the Streamlabs thing or whatever you need to do. I appreciate every one of you for being here. Yeah, that's, where's it at? Where's my mouse? There it is. I need to make sure, because it's not. Okay, so there it is right there. We'll do it right there. Well, I could have that turned on, but people got upset at Nightbot doing it so often. So I turned off the Nightbot because I put my little what do you call it's in here? The oh crap, where'd it go? I don't even have it on here. It's not on this screen, but I put my little pop-up advertisements in the bottom. So I don't do that anymore. I don't do the other things. And if anybody has donated before now in this stream, I'm sorry I didn't have my pop-up open, so you didn't get to show it online. It is now. If you do the Streamlabs link below or the Patreon link below, it will show up. If you subscribe now, it will show up. So sorry about that if you did it earlier and I didn't call you out. I apologize because I didn't even know. It doesn't tell me otherwise. Shouldn't be long now. Any more questions about the who done the graphics for my videos? My graphics, my Kuntry 3D. Here, let me see if I got one here. I do not. Well, here, let me turn this on. Like this, right. Where'd you go? Go up. There you go. This Mail Thing Thursday and the rest of my graphics were done by Mr. Robbie Mack, who is a Kuntry Klub member. He did those, and I'm forever grateful. Thanks, Eddie Moser. I appreciate that, buddy. I do. I completely thank you for that. Okay, Scalda, we'll see you in the morning, my friend. Thank you for all you do, buddy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I appreciate that, and like the graphics that are on my shirt, that it's all the same. He's a knucklehead, but I am biased. Yeah, I bet you are, Robbie Mack. Mr. Robbie Mack did all of my graphics, every one of them. Now, putting the video together, I did that with the graphics. But here, let me show you the other one. I don't know if you got to see it or not. I'll turn this one off. Here's the other one. So, Robbie Mack did those as well, and he did a great job. Great job. So, I am very pleased, and I am very thankful to all members of the Kuntry Klub, every one of them. Oh, thank you, Robbie Mack. I appreciate it. It was a template, believe me. I am not a video editor, as you have seen in my Mail Thing Thursday videos. I'm going to check on the hat in there, or at least my wife should tell me because she can hear me. She can hear me. All right, any other questions we got? Because tomorrow night is going to be XY axis, and if it goes together nearly as good, it should be close though.
Yeah, it is. I will let you know.
All right, she said she'd let me know.
You want me to walk around round 1, round 2?
Yeah, do that. Walk around, go round 1, round 2. Hold up the sign as you come by the door. Hold up the sign as you come by the door, and we'll. But yeah, we'll no, we have a good time, that's for sure. The country club is great, guys. As what you can see here, I could put up a user account here. I was trying to keep this straight, and I know all these people that are, well, that's just dumb. All these people that are going to watch this at a later date are going to be like, God, he's just sitting here talking. Well, that's what I do. For those of you that don't know, I sit here and talk a lot. My wife said it's not done. I can't unplug it because it doesn't have power off resume, but I do want to show it to you. And you know what? Let's go ahead and open it. I want to see this bed. I haven't even opened this bed yet. Can we open this? Y'all mind if we open this? Let me move my vape out of the way and move this out of the way. Let's turn on the overhead camera. And let's open this. Open it! I am going to open it because I have not. I want to see. I've never seen a 310 by 310. Well, I probably did at IRF or Murph, but I didn't think about it. No coffee. All right, so I don't even know how to open it now. I don't want to tear the box up. All right, there we go. I've never seen a black bed before. That's awesome. Wow. Now, wait a minute. This is off of CR10, so I'm going to have to cut the ends of this off to use it. All right, that's fine. We can do that. Did not know it, but we can do it. Guess that's what happens when you have to buy the bed from a CR10. You can send me a connector for what? What for? The other end? Eddie Moser, it would have to be here before Saturday. It would have to be, actually need to be here like Friday. Yeah, because it's got the thermistor and all on it. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, let me know, Eddie, because, I mean, that would be nice. But, I mean, if it costs too much to overnight it, I mean, it don't cost that much to clip and snip, you know. But let me tell y'all, that is one nice looking bed. Now, let me see here. If we do this, and I take this right here, man, that's gonna have to go like that. I may have to print some different bed mounts because the one, let me look. Yes, it's a 4-plug with a little slot in it. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad, but overnight's still expensive. Because if I put that like so, I'm going to have to adjust these in and out until my mounts actually work. How flat is it? That's a good question. Pretty damn flat. Pretty dang flat is all I got to say. That way and that way. Pretty flat. Pretty flat. And we want to keep it that way, right? All right, thank you, Eddie. But like I said, if it's too much, Eddie, I mean, snipping and you know, splicing's not that difficult. You know, some people be like, don't splice a bed. Yes, I will. You splice 110 in your walls, I can splice a bed wire on a 12-volt system. So, that's a very nice bed, though, I have to say. And I'd have to go back and look. My wife's got a list in there. But if I'm not mistaken, Well, I'm not even going to say. She's got a list in there of the folks that gave me what. And before I go to IRF, I'm going to type it all up and print it all out and thank every one of them at IRF. So it will be printed out. That is a nice, nice bed. You can come in here. You done been in here. Let me go down through here. Lord of mercy. This is what my wife does for me. Y'all want to know. This list, she went through every Mail Thing Thursday video and wrote down what everybody sent me. Everyone. From episode 1 right on up. And I'm going down. Well, wait a minute. I'm looking for the name. Hold on. Who I thought it was. There it is right there. That's who I thought it was. Apocalypse Survivor. And he's the one I apologize to because he is the one that I upset by changing the time. So, Motorhead Mitch, hold on. Hold on, Mitchell. I got it here somewhere. No. Computer case. For one, but on the printer, let me go by here. If you put your name on it, she knows. If not, then we don't. So, let me see. I don't see your name on another one, but I'm sure you did. I don't, Mitchell. But if you, nope, that's the computer case. That's not it. Oh, so yeah, it was the, all right, here I am looking through it, and it was. So search through the document. Yeah, and I'll just copy and paste too, right? I better keep this because she watches every one of them. She watches every episode except for yesterday. Yesterday they were really busy at her work and she didn't get to. And believe you me, she keeps me straight. She comes back in and says, you know, you didn't answer so-and-so's question. You didn't do such and such. And yeah, so she keeps me up to date. So, anywho, let's see what else we got. Oh, and I had to cut these because they didn't have the exact links that I needed. Oh, the awesome team, yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, the Kuntry Klub's an awesome team, that's for sure. But they didn't have the link I needed. But I want to show you the waste. The waste products. I'm missing one. I hate it when stuff goes missing. But they were both the same link, so I can show you. It probably fell off of the table. Had to have fell off the table. Yeah, it probably rolled down there. Alright, so on the 112 millimeter, the 112 millimeter that I had to print, or cut, there's that. That's my waste product off of a 12 millimeter. There's my hand, just for size. Here, we'll use the mouse. How about that? We'll use the mouse for size. And it's a standard size mouse. Not big, not small. Standard size mouse. Put these back over here before they fall off and break. Here, I had two 8mm rods that I had to cut. And had that much waste off of those two. And then the other two 8mm rods that I had to cut, I had that much waste off of. So, this is the waste product right now in steel of the printer. Those were Mr. Joe Paddock, along with lots of screws and nuts. And like I said, it's all going to be typed up and nice and neat and put on the table with the printer. Because if everything goes well, it will be printing at IRF. 2018, I did get a table. So there will be a Kuntry Klub table that you're welcome to come hang out at. Any of you. Alright, so here, and I don't have any idea what this is. Some little adapter for the Duet Wi-Fi, which I'm supposing, nope, that's the panel due. So this is the panel due. It's a 5-inch panel due that they sent me. And this is the control board for that, I take it. All right, so. Yeah, Chris, I know that, but the cost justification is not, I just slow it down. I mean, if you want to print 300 or 400 millimeters a second, go for it. I don't really care to. Lots of connectors, lots of, my question is, these connectors are just standard connectors, correct? Anybody got a Duet Wi-Fi? Oh no, that's great, Joe Paddock, no doubt. Anybody got a Duet Wi-Fi? Do I have to use their connectors, or can I just use connectors? Because these look like standard just 4-pin JST connectors. Okay, so they're standard. Got a sticker, got that. Got a USB cable with it. And then of course the Duet Wi-Fi itself. This was a refurbished unit that E3D sent me. I have not taken one of my country clubbers' advices and hooked this up to a power supply. Reason being, I didn't have a power supply. I reached out to several companies to see if they wanted to be any part of this build. Duet Wi-Fi and Filamentum are the only two, and then the Kuntry Klub. I reached out to E3D. I reached out to 3D Solutech. I reached out to Matter Hackers. I reached out to Bondtech. There's my daughter. How are you, Gray? Good evening. None of them returned a text, an email, or a call. None of them. Not a one. And not down in those companies. Like I said before, I understand they get thousands, probably, of requests for sponsorship every week. Every week they probably get that many, if not more, things. How goes it? Got a frame. James, how goes yours? I do have a frame. That's as far as I was going tonight, was just with the frame. I'm waiting on the printer to get done in the living room. I had to change the Y belts, but it looked like I had some Z banding on it too. Just getting started. That's cool, man. And I will be over there after I'm done. Waiting to show off the other printer, the one I had at Murph. You've seen it. And I can't wait to see yours at Earth, dude. I'm going to have mine. You'll have yours. I think John Mack is bringing a printed printer as well. I'm bringing the printed Hypercube Core XY. And I can bring it over here, and you can see it's a pretty massive thing. It really is a pretty massive printer. It is very, very stable. Very stable. And a 300 by 300 by 300 build volume. It's going to be quite nice, I think. Quite nice. It's not quite a cubic foot, but close. I think 32, isn't it 32 centimeters is a foot? So 320 would be a foot. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Mr. Chris Lane. Now, it might, if I had some type of plate to stand on it, I would trust the compression of the PLA to hold up, as long as I didn't wobble. I've got 2 in the living room. Well, Mike Whaley, I try hard. Now I'm down to 40, but it's okay. Yeah, 6 my time, not your time. You're in Arizona with, who's in Arizona? Roy Holly in Arizona? But James, I put on a comment on your stream the other night that it makes me sad. So 305 millimeters is a foot? Really? I could have swore it was 332, but I could be wrong. I'm not no great at maths. I'm from a little bitty swamp head town in here in Florida. Carl Brown, that sounds like a fun project, my friend. And I still want to thank you for turning me on to the Polyalchemy Elixir, because those are beautiful colors. Now, I will tell you, out of 20 corners, I had 2 left. 2. I could have swore it said I only needed 16. So I may have some in the wrong places, because the corners of the motor mounts or something could be what I'm supposed to use. Not sure. Not 100% sure, but it could be. So I'm hoping that none of these are in the way. We will find out tomorrow. Got audio finally. But I do want to thank every one of y'all for watching. And as soon as that gets done printing, it shouldn't be long now. It wasn't long whenever I told you the first time. I will bring it in here and we will examine it for a minute, because I am an hour short of what I allotted, which is good. It means everything went well. Tomorrow night I do not. It doesn't. Yeah, you want to see? Look, Brian Vines. Look at this. Isn't it a thing of beauty? Hey, Martin. Great having you here, buddy. We'll see you in the morning for coffee, I'm sure. But yeah, since I got time, I'm going to sit here. I'm so fast, whatever. Everything just went correct. Even with breaking the extrusion, it still went correct. So I couldn't be happier. Could not be happier. I mean, it really did go together well. And as long as, you know, everything with these is actually, these are a little bit short. I cut them just a touch short because you don't want them too long. It's better to have them a little bit short than too long for sure. And from what I saw, now I did choose to go with the 8mm Y and X rods instead of the 10mm Y and the 8mm X. I did do that. And that was to save a little bit of weight. Even though the Ys don't move, the X's go back and forth. And it may be something at a later date where I come in and I do get the 10mm ones. That may be something that we do to upgrade this to be a little bit more stout. But I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. It was suggested, but finding 10mm rods, and this was before I knew Joe Paddock was worked at a place of you know, ill repute. But I looked for 10mm rods on Amazon to purchase or put on my list, and it just was not. It really wasn't feasible, so I did not. I did not put them on my list, and I didn't ask for 10mm rods. Joe may have been able to get those. He may still be able to get those. You know, it's printing 2 parts and grabbing some more bearings, which would be after earth, and I'm not really worried about it. And I see people bailing out of here, you know, pretty quick, but that's okay. This was a good stream. We actually, everything went correct. Everything went right, and I love it when that works. Tomorrow night is going to be the test. If I can get the belts and get the X and Y and Z put together tomorrow night, I will be very, very, very happy. The Z is going to be the most difficult part because I did watch the video that Scott 3D put together, and basically once he got the bed frame on, then he squared it up. Well, you saw how easy it was for me to move the nuts, right? So doing that once everything is put together is going to be difficult. So I need to try to get it as close as possible, and then we won't have such problems. But we'll see how that goes. We will see how that goes. I do have some nice corner pieces to put the bed frame together with, so it should be good and stiff and sturdy. And once that the aluminum bed is screwed down to it, and I'm hoping just to screw it down, because the cool thing about it is I've got bed levelers, but I want to bottom them out, because it's got an inductive sensor on it. So there won't be much bed leveling, you know. You get it sort of level and then you use the inductive to print with, which will be awesome in itself. So once we get all of that done, if we get all of that done tomorrow, then basically it's wiring and firing up a Duet Wi-Fi and making sure everything's wired correctly and working correctly. That's really not that hard. It's 5 motors to plug in, a hot end, a few thermistors, a bed. You know, you plug them in, you get them wired correctly. As long as the electronics are good, we should be good. If the electronics are not good, I will be in a tight for a ramps board because I really don't have another one. I would have to take like the mini Rambo or something off of one of my other printers in order to finish it. And then we wouldn't be able to use 32-bit. We'd be using an 8-bit board to run a Core XY, which is fine. Marlon will do it, so it can be done. Yes, the auto bed leveling is in the plans. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. You are correct, Carl Brown. Yes, the plans actually call for, and I got, let me put this out of the way over here, right here. They call for this little 5-volt pendle looking probe. It's long, but it's a no, Bo, that's not the word, buddy. That is not the word. Because Amazon I can overnight a ramps kit for about $13 from Amazon. So maybe $16. So ramps is pretty easy to put Marlin on and make it run. I don't like working with the stepper motors and stuff on a ramps board. But pulling a Rambo board, the mini Rambo out of this over here, the mini Rambo board is a fantastic board. Have no problem doing that and putting Marlin on it. So yeah, no problem whatsoever. That may be exactly right, Chris. Oh, well, I don't know. Why would you say that? Because all the Mark IIs use 5-volt versions. And I know they do because I have 2 Mark IIS's here that both use 5-volt Penda probes. And every probe I've used was a 5-volt. An MKS Gen L. We could try that. I don't know, Carl Brown. I've never worked with one of those either. The only MKS board I've ever worked with, well, that's a smoothie board though. Not really, you know. Thomas S. tested what? Oh, your sand laterer? Yeah, he did. No, he did. And I can agree with you that they're probably more accurate. I don't know that they are. But they could be. I'm not. They work good enough. Yeah, sand laterer. I see what you did there. But yeah, yeah, he did do a test of all of those. You know, the BL Touch and all of those. There's variances in all of them. I mean, if you're talking what, 0.004 variance in an inductive sensor, I'm not going to print that type of quality on this printer, so we'll see. We will see. Thought I heard my wife coming back here telling me the printer was done. Not quite yet. We still got 50 minutes though, so on this stream. But I am going to tell you that Friday night I will be hosting the F3D PCH as well. So that will be Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Come join us. We're going to talk about Earth, some contests, some swag giveaways, and that type of stuff. So my stream on Friday night will absolutely have to go from 6 to 9. Cannot go past 9 o'clock on Friday. Tomorrow night I can run long. I didn't put an end time on my streams, so they can go. I am not singing tonight, Zimmy. This is an instructional stream, so everybody that's been up to this point, they can cut it off. You know, I mean, people will stop watching at the end of the frame being built because that's where they're going to stop watching at, you know. Auto bed levelers are for cheaters. Well, I'm cheating like crazy then, Carl Brown. I'm not going to lie. Mapper06, we will see you for morning coffee, my dear friend. I am cheating like crazy, buddy, on every printer I got. Because every one of them's got auto bed leveling. When I was doing the TiVo, when I was working on the TiVo and having fits with it because I couldn't get it to work and it was kicking my butt. Go back and watch. It took me 2 weeks. And there's some good streams on it. Matter of fact, I hid one of the streams. It was 15 hours long. A 15-hour stream. You heard that correctly. There's a link to it in one of the videos, but you got to watch the video to find out which one it's in. There you go. There you go, Colin. You are correct. But, yeah, no, I do. I do. They tried to get me to disable the auto bed leveling and just do it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Will I sing a song on Discord? No. Sweet. I will look at that. I am going to try yours as well. I printed the Pink Mafia Country Death Met Owl on the printed printer, and I noticed I've got some Z-banding, and I don't know why. I need to check, make sure everything's solid. I may have a loose, it's like it's got a loose screw in it, like me, you know. Take care, Bo. We'll see you in the morning, my friend. We'll see you in the morning. Have a good night's sleep. And to all my European friends that were here, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. Your patronage is much loved. It did, Matrix Clone. It did. It turned out really well. I'm very proud of it. Were you not here? Did you not see it break? And anybody that has experience with the Hypercube EVO is more than happy to be here tomorrow, because I'm definitely going to need some help, because I will have to get out my soldering iron to put the little brass inserts in, and then you got to run the thing in there through there and all that stuff. So ignore my chan. We'll see you tomorrow night, maybe, sir. Come back for the XY entrance. It will probably be a little more exciting than this one, because, yeah, it's going to be more fun. Probably the hardest part of the build, the X, Y, and Z, will be done tomorrow. Wiring, test firing, you know, getting it printing, not so much. Now, me learning Duet software may be fun. Not sure yet. We'll find out. We will definitely find that out. But have a great night. If you get a chance, hit us up in the morning. Ignore my chan, you know. I think that's, was that 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock your time, give or take. So, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, it's 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time on the U.S. coast. I think that's 1400 your time. You just subbed me. You didn't sub me. Yeah. Lots of my European friends are at work that time of day, and they just turn it on at work. I even have a couple Australian friends. Can't believe JT's not in here. What is he, 14 hours ahead? So 12 would be 8. It's 10 o'clock in the morning there. Yeah, Robbie Mac's been a loyal person since he subbed me, so that's fantastic. So now I get to interact with the chat until we get the printer ready to go. He don't follow directions well. Yes, he does. He's a good guy. Robbie Mac is a good guy. I can't wait to meet half of these guys at Earth. It's gonna be good. Gonna be fun. Chris Riley still here? Are you still here, Chris? Are you watching somebody else's video right now? Or making a video of your own? What are the colored tubes in the back behind me? That is vinyl. That is vinyl for a vinyl plotter. I have not, Carl Brown. I don't like to do anything that I have to leave overnight running. And I don't know how they'll feel about it there. At Murph, it was probably easier to do. Cool, Robbie Mack. Can't wait to see it, buddy. But yeah, can't wait to meet everybody, and I don't know yet. I really don't know. I need to see how good it prints. You know, I may end up just printing vase. I don't have a clue. I really don't. I do have plenty of filament to take to Earth with me. Got some of that really cheap stuff the other day. Make great fire starters. I bet they do, Michael Castle. I bet they really do. I don't know. We haven't used the whole roll of that yet. Got that for my wife for Christmas. The vinyl cutter. And we've used it a few times. And it comes into handy for things that you want to make. It really does. Let me check how much time we got left. And I know my wife is watching. All right, for those of you who haven't, here we go. A printer printed out of plastic. Let me turn on the overhead so you can see that the extrusions, the entire extrusions, are all printed out of plastic. I'm running the Orballo MK42 bed on here, and for some reason this filament is not wanting to extrude properly, so I had a failure on the print, which I will fix. We'll figure it out. So this is the Kuntry bow. Yes, you see a metal filament extruder. You are correct. It does have a metal filament extruder on it. I could have printed that, Carl Brown. I didn't say it was all printed. It's a printed extrusion frame, and as you can see right there is a glue spot. Right down here is another glue spot where it was glued together. Let me plug her in. Right there. Let me heat up this filament. This stuff is so hard to print. Preheat it. I need to print a screen mount as well. Hey Keith, that's cool, man. Here's the frame back here. I'm showing the other printer that I took to Murph. I don't know if you were at Murph or not, Keith. This is my first printed extrusion frame. That's my printer, you know. So I'm heating it up right now. I changed to a mini Rambo and the MK42 bed, but I have yet to print an LCD case. Wait a minute. PLA hottie. I better print it out of PETG. You are correct. But anyway, Keith, yeah, the frame went together really well. Tomorrow night, part 2 is going to be the fun part, the X and Y. But have a good night, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Are we hot enough? Yeah, we're hot enough. Let's get the filament out of here. I don't like this. This stuff is so gummy. It is. It's so pretty when it prints, but it is so gummy to print. I don't know what that pearl stuff is that they put in it, but it's just not good. All right, this is PLA? No, that's ABS. I don't want ABS. I want some plain PLA. Let me get some PLA right here. And I don't have a, what filament? This was the New Matter Purple Pearl. And it is very pretty. It is a very pretty filament. There's no doubt about that. Let's load up some regular PLA, some 3D Solutech red. Cut it right. Didn't cut it sharp enough. What's up, John? How are you, buddy? We finished with the frame, so I went in and got the other printed printer, and I'm gonna fire it up here in just a second. This is the one I had at Murph, buddy. You know, if my wife's listening to the video, if she will bring me the spool holder that filament is on in there, I would be very, very appreciative. Bring the pink filament and all. Let's get all of that run out of there. There we go. All right, cool beans. So let's see what we got here. Hey, Red Light, what's up, buddy? Did you finally get there? Oh, there she is. All right. But anyway, it's a New Matter Pearl filament. Are you getting out? Are you getting out, Chris? Are you going for the night or what? I mean, you said you had fun, but does that mean you're leaving? Are you leaving us, Chris? No. I do understand. I do. I'll fix it in a minute. I don't know. This actually prints better than the printer it was printed on because it was printed on the ANET A8. So, as long as it prints a better quality extrusion than what it was, which it wouldn't do that every time though. So, I doubt there's any degradation though, as long as your print quality is good. So, can't see that happening. Alright, so let's go print from SD and let's see what's on here. Martin's vase. Ronin's gun, nah. Fan nozzle, Bishop. Trying to see if there's anything on here. Radiant Blossom, what is that? What's the radiant? I'm gonna hit that. What is that? Let's see what that is. I don't know what a Radiant Blossom is. Probably a flower of some sort, huh? I'll let it start and let you see. It's running the Prusa Mark II firmware, the Mark IIs. So yeah, I don't have the Kuntry Gnome sliced, and I can't get to everything I need to get to slice it. So we're just gonna see. Yeah, it's not a pure form, but you know, it's close. It's close. I expected so many more of these at Murph than what I saw. You know, and James gives me credit for giving him the wherewithal to do that. Yeah, I know it did. I know it did. You do it. I saw that. And I'm going to print one, a pink one for Heather. All right, Ed3350, thank you for being here, sir. Appreciate you. Yeah, the Kuntry Gnome. You are correct. Yeah, see, this was absolutely not sliced for the Mark II. Because it didn't do the I don't know what this is, but it didn't do the mark up here to do the thing. So this was actually sliced for the A-net board. So let's see how the Mark II, the Mini Rambo, handles it. Should handle it pretty well. Which, you know, it printed it off center, but it'll be okay. That was a 220 by 220 board. So we've got about 34 minutes. You got kicked out. You got kicked out of what? What'd you get kicked out of? I can bring the overhead down, I believe, so that we can see this a little better. You can see it from the back. It'll be okay. It'll be okay from back there. It's not going to hit anything, I don't think. I haven't either. But that's what this is. This is from an A-net board. The card was in the A-net, and this is a Mini Rambo running the Mark IIs firmware. Carl Brown, you out? Hope you can catch part 2 as well, my friend. I think it'll be a little bit longer than this one. So, yeah, it will, for sure. Well, at least you get to watch while doing it. I don't know what this is. It says Radiant Blossom. So this should probably still be going on morning coffee in the morning. Because it looks like it's printing well. Oh. What are you scared to try, Zimmy? Oh, A-net G-code? A surprise print. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I see what it looks like. It looks like a star with something in the middle, but we're laying down the first layer of filament, so it's we'll see in a minute how smooth it is, but it should be pretty smooth. I mean, G-code is G-code. It just didn't do all the nice, fun, fancy stuff. So, should work fine. You have a lot of them from Cure. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine you do. I'm gonna feel this in a minute because you know you like that. Oh, that just slick glass feel of filament going down, and that's exactly what it feels like. Let me see if I can get this in a little better position. Got to be careful because it will definitely hit if I'm not. I don't know if that's much better or not, but there it is. So. Well, and that's true, Zimmy, you do. It won't be centered. So you have to be careful of the size of what it is. I just happened to get lucky that this is, you know, it's there, but it was remember that was a 220 by 220 bed. So depending on, and if you have an MK3 though, it should be fine. It really should be. Because it'll go over 110 millimeters, so that should work. Should work. Man, this thing lays down plastic like it's nobody's business, y'all. It's no joke. It's absolutely laying it down right now. So, and I know why my print failed in there as well. I forgot to change. I had used the process to print the gnome up to a certain height and then cut it off, and that's exactly what happened. It cut off. But guys, I'm going to leave this running. Not the video, but I am going to leave the print running until in the morning. I'm going to end this stream just like I end every, you know, we've got, it's 2.5 hours. That's plenty long enough. Uh-oh, I peeled up some plastic right there. I'll snip that off and it'll be fine. But just so you know, just have to say you love all the guys here. That's right, every one of you. But you know how it is. Treat everybody how you want to be treated. Everybody's welcome in the country club until you give us a reason for you not to be welcome in the country club, which was done today. Well, I guess he's welcome back under a different username as long as he decides that he's going to do what he's got to do. Stream you some Battlefield, John. Come back and see us tomorrow night when we put the X, Y, and Z together. It'll be a little bit more exciting, maybe. I don't know. I broke an extrusion tonight. That was pretty exciting. Kind of made me suck some wind there for a minute. But treat everybody how you want to be treated. Come back and join the country club. If you want to support the channel, you know how to do it. The links are below. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Ring that bell for notifications. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. If you don't like the video, don't give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down. Let us know why. But we're going to end this just like always. We're going to drop out to the country club, and we will see you in the morning.